What's up, everybody? This is Hunky Donkey. I'm here to present the draft analysis for ASL Wi-Fi Season 1 draft. We got the opportunity and fortune of getting the fourth pick, so we are the Garden State Arbolivas. This is a fun community, and I hope you check out everyone here. I'll put all their links to their YouTube channels in the description. So, let's get started. Our first pick is the Dragapult. Now, Dragapult is a mod I really wanted to use because I didn't get to at all yet, which is surprising because it's considered at least the top 2, top 3 mod in the draft. And I somehow it got to me. So, yeah, there's a Darkrai Manaphy and a Chiyu. Thought this would be like Darkrai, Chinpao, Dragapult, and I'll be stuck with Palafin or something, but nope. I managed to get Deepalt. Now, Dragapult it's Dragapult. It has so much options for us to use. We can go for a screen set, a DD set. We can go for a whips hex set. It can literally do almost anything, which is crazy. Phenomenal speed tier, and I'm excited to use it. I feel like it's going to be a highly valuable member of our team. Next up, somehow, somehow, Terra Gambit for 14 points is our next pick. So let me be quick on how this draft is structured. We get 3 picks for high tiers. We get around 5 picks for the mid tiers, and we get 3 low tiers. And for some reason, the Kingambit is considered Terra Kingambit is not considered to be a high tier. So we filled up our first spot with it. Now, Gambit is always a menace. Bisharp was originally one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And with Gen 9 coming around and Gambit being the dominant force it is, you already know I have to cop it. We got Terra Dark and Terra Fairy as our Terra Caps. Terra Dark for the suckers, Kowtow Cleaves. Since this Paldea Dex, unfortunately, we don't get to use knockoff. But it's Kingambit. Come on, how can you not be happy to get it? There's some really cool tech I want to try. I did use Terra Gambit before, and it was my kill leader for obvious reasons. Now, that was especially because of Terra Dark's sucker punches, but Terra Fairy is a nice defensive option I can use as well. Covers that fighting weakness, covers any possible dragon bug moves. I mean, dragon was already resisted by Gambit, but Fairy's just overall a nice defensive typing. And as you can see, spoilers, I guess, I don't really have any defensive fairies. So maybe, funnily enough, I can use Gambit in that role if I'm really desperate. And it'll come in handy. It also gets Taunt, Stealth Rock, some nice utility. I'm excited to use it. Next up, so Glimmora, right? Think about this. Pull is versatile. It's super strong, but it's not like a breaker. You can break, of course. Choice Specs Draco is something I really want to try. Spoilers for whoever I make that stuff for. Well, oftentimes you need hazards. And in Raptor Spins and Defog Scares draft, which is Paldea Dex, even after post DLC, Glimmora for 11 points was something I just know I had to get. Toxic Debris, Glimmora, that's a classic. Your opponent has to worry about hazards. Stealth gets all the hazards under the boot. except for Sticky Web, obviously. But I think Sticky Web is a bit overrated in singles with all those boots lying around. So it's not a big deal. Glamora has nice stab, sludge wave, power, gem. It's a grounded poison, which is really nice for us. And the most exciting thing I really want to try with Glamora is the corrosion set. So I love the ability corrosion, breaking those steels and bulky poisons on the switch in where they think they could switch into Glamora. It's classic. It's awesome. I just love using it. It is so nice. It also gives us a remover in Mortal Spin. And as you can see, with like the future picks from all of us, defoggers, rapid spinners, and of course Glamora, and a few others this type of Pokemon with their own unique hazards, core chains, Cinderace, for example, are really valuable. So I'm really happy I managed to get this mod as soon as I can. Next up, we have Torterra. Torterra is going to be our second Terra Captain. You already know I had to get that Tort. I always wanted to use it because of course, Shell Smash. Now, of course, Shell Smash is fine dandy, but Torterra can also be surprisingly bulky. It got a few new tools this gen too, along with Shell Smash, such as Headlock Barrage and Rock Blast. You can also do a more defensive role with Leech Seed, Synthesis, and etc. Also got Trailblaze. I mean, I don't see a reason I'll run Trailblaze if I have Shell Smash, but you know, it's nice to have. Always keep your opponent guessing. The reason I had these two Terra types, okay. Terra Ground, obviously for those headlong rushes. Ground is a better offensive typing than Grass. So I could spam Earthquakes, headlong rushes, a few other moves too, if I really want to be shisty. Well, I'm saving that for later. Spoilers again. Terra Electric. I had a hard time choosing between Terra Water, Electric, Rock, and Fire. Terra Water gives us a nice defensive typing, helps against ice types, helps against opposing fire types. But you'll see why I did put Terra Water. I could have gone Rock and Fire, because they're both excellent offensive types, and Fire is decent defensively on Torterra. But I ultimately liked Electric because it was a nice mix of offense and defense. You already have Rock Blast, but now you can reliably hit flying types with Terra Electric, Terra Blast. You get rid of that ice immunity. You're only weak to ground, and just one good grass move, and you're gone. Just like that. I'm really excited to use it. This was the fun mod I really, really want to try. I'm surprised it got to me, to be honest. It's not like exactly the best Pokemon, but it's a really fun Pokemon I was sure that people would want to take. So I'm privileged enough to get it. So as you can see right here, before we move on to the next mod, you might be thinking, Hunky, what are you doing? Why haven't you drafted any top tiers yet? So, as you can see, like let's see here, Salamence, Corviknight Heatran, Zapdos, Ursaluna. A lot of these mons are getting drafted in like between round 1 to round 5. So my logic is there should be enough Pokemon left over, just the way this draft was structuring, for me to safely get to other top tiers. So let me just focus on more roles. And when I tell you about role compression, there's no other Pokemon that fits it better in this draft than Talonflame. So Talonflame gives us a nice speed tier between Dragapult and some of the other future picks above base 100, basically. Since Dragapult's like 142 and Talonflame, I believe, is 126. It was like the perfect one to grab for that speed tier. Gives us a fire type, flying type. Of course, I said it was speedy. It can also function offensively, defensively, quite decently. But you know why I got it. It's still one of the most reliable defoggers you can get in a defog scarce metagame in the Paldea Dex draft. It can it can wisp people, or it could just burn people with wisp and flame body. Gale Wings is always nice. Heavy Duty Boots is a classic item on it because it's fire flying. Why would you not put Heavy Duty Boots? Gets Roost, U-turn for those pivots. It gets some special options and physical options. So even though offensively, defensively, even just as like some mon that just comes in, clicks defog, and goes out, Talonflame for is always gonna be reliable, and I'm really happy that I managed to get it. Next up, we have our final Terra Captain. Now, remember what I said before. The way this draft is structured, it's impossible for, by now, almost everyone, pick their top tiers. And for like the 2 to 3 remaining people, include myself, who has adjusted these top tiers yet, we already like came to agreement in DMs what we were gonna draft, so I do not need to worry about getting sniped at all. So do not judge me when I picked up Glaceon next. If you look over here, like right here, where are my defensive options? There are none. There's just none. So it was between this Pokemon and the future Pokemon I'll get to. It was decided between Terracaps, but since I do not have any bulky waters in our draft, I was like, you know what? I probably should draft and Terra Glaceon. So we have Terra Ice, Terra Water. Glaceon, it's an evolution in a Paldea Dex. I think it's super valuable as a cleric. It gets Heal Bell, I believe. Oh no, it doesn't get Heal Bell anymore. Okay, that's fine. It gets Wish. It gives me Wish Passer. That's all I need. It gives me the good defensive Ice type, and now those two words, defensive and Ice type, don't really mix together. But with Terra Water, it absolutely does. Glaceon also gets Freeze Dry to hit bulky waters, which I kind of. I mean, I have Torterra, but it does not want to switch into a water type move unless I tear it electric. And I think Terra Water Glaceon is a much safer option if I have to face any strong waters. I also get a few other nice moves. Water Ball, Yawn, Protect, obviously. Haze is a big one. Baton Pass. Just a really nice option. I got my Wish Passer, build up a nice speed tier, and yeah, for 2 points, this gives me a lot of value. I was definitely debating between this and Avalugg Hisui, because someone else, you'll see later, has taken Avalugg, or really want Avalugg. And I don't really need a spinner since I had these two removal. Even though Avalugg or Avalugg Hisui might be a better rocker. 1-1-10, excuse me. No, I'm right. 1-1-10 for defense isn't bad. It's pretty good. And I get a Wish Passer, as I stated before. It's a great mon. Like, I don't know what else to say. Now, if you thought this pick was diabolical, wait till you see him. Oh, Okay, I just want to have fun, so whatever happens, do not judge me, please, for this next pick. Yeah, yeah, that's right. We got the Volbeat. Volbeat is a mod I really, really like from all the way back in the Nuzlocke I did. But even in the draft league setting, for 4 points, you get Prankster Encore, you get Prankster Trick, you get a few pivot moves. Oh, well, you get a pivot move, U-turn. Oh, no, you also get a baton pass. Excuse me. You also get a tail globe this gen again. So that's really nice for Volbeat. It's gonna be hard to use it offensively, but who knows? It could be really, really fun to use. You also get a status option in Thunder Wave, and trust me, no one, absolutely no one, likes a prankster Thunder Wave. Even if Dark types come to Panther, excuse me, Prankster, there I can always just U-turn out, and no Dark type is gonna want to eat a U-turn. Or I could do something really shisty, Tail Glow, Bug Buzz, and even though it's not gonna do much, it's still a fun option, you know. I also get recovery with Roost. I'm a huge Volbeat advocate. I don't care what none of y'all say. Me and Volbeat are tight. I'll never go against my boy. It also gets screens, I just realized. Or I guess just light screen, but who cares? No one needs reflect. Right. Okay, I'm just kidding. Something I really want to try out is pranks or swagger, if that's allowed. I just need to check with the rules. There's also a few weather setting moves I can use. Prankster Fling. So Fling Big Nugget, MV style, is could be optioned. Okay, enough with this foolishness. I'm gonna Volbeat everyone here. Volbeat the GOAT. If anyone in the comments goes against Volbeat, I'm gonna delete it. Well, that's not plus starting delete that. Okay, anyways, let's move on to round A. Oop. So, Electrode. Electrode is our final low tier. So, low tier is supposed to be between 1 to 5, but I really want to save those points for the top two. And Electrode fills us the only Pokemon I believe in Paldea decks faster than Dragon Ball. So we're not, unless we think about Scarves, which is definitely a plausible option, but grabbing, I don't think Electrotisui got drafted, so I think we drafted the two fastest mons in the league. This was going to be potentially my other captain, the Terra captain, Electric and Ice, obviously, because Bolt Beam goes crazy. But still, 2 point Electro isn't that bad. It's decently, it hits decently, it gives me a pivot, foul play, T-wave, taunt. It's a nice low tier electric, and I love being my low tier electrics. I already have a bulky one in Terra, Electric Torterra. So I don't need to worry too much about this typing. It's just here to have some fun, to come in, get out, explosion on your ass, mirror coat somehow. Uh, in all seriousness, I didn't get to use Electrode or Electro Hisui, but Electro Hisui was too expensive. So we're going with this one, and it's a fun one. I'm really excited to try it. It's next up, back to back, Gen 1. We have our final mid tier. At this point, there was no way these two mons, mystery mons right here, were ever gonna get sniped. So I'm chilling. Now Tauros fills us a really nice speed tier in 110. It closes that gap between these two mons. Spoiler alert, that it close to base 100. So this mon, so nice, so nice. It gives us a fast intimidator or fast sheer force user. It did lose throat chop, I believe, this gen, but and which is unfortunate. But who needs throat chop when you got a Gambit? Well, I know it doesn't work like that, but there's always lash out if I really need to hit the ghost types. And for 7 points, it gives us a decent amount of value. Gets Trailblaze, which is nice, and Raging Bull this gen. So I don't need to worry. I had an Infiltrator Dragapult here, but having the option to break screens for everything else in this team is great. Gets high horsepower, body slam, double edge, close combat, a bunch of different coverage moves. If I ever am missing some offensive oomph to my team, I can always rely on Tauros here. It's gonna be a great mod. I'm excited to use it. I know I say that for every single mod, but that's just the way of draft. I just picked mods that I liked because I spent way too long trying to in the Paldea decks. You can't at a certain point after you like get your hazard removal, maybe you wish you can't focus too much on rolls since it's a limited decks, not much steals and stuff. But so at some point you just gotta say fuck it and get the mods you want. Anyways, let's move on to round 10. Oh jeez. Round 10 Namers. So as you can see so far, we don't have any big special attackers in our team. Of course, I stated before that Specs Dragapult is decent or like is pretty solid, but it shouldn't be our only special attacker. And Namers fills up above base 100 speed tier, which is nice. It gives us our offensive fairy type. And of course, Q-Charm, Contrary. One ability is clearly better than the other, but they both have their uses. You get Moon Blast, you get Mystical Fire, Earth Power. Contrary sets get Super Power. You're always good. I'm probably always gonna run special attack on this, but it's nice to have, you know. The Healing Wish has some nice utility too. Once an Emers is on low HP. Tailwind was gray. It's a one I haven't used before as well. And I think it'll be really, really good in filling that special breaker role for our team. It was between this and Volcarona, but and Talonflame's gonna be Braviary. Tauros is gonna be something else, which kind of spoils my next pick, so I'm just not gonna say it. But for special attackers, I decided to go with the Talonflame, Tauros, and Nightmares wrap. So last we have a top tier right here. And what type is missing from here? Got Ghost Dragon, Fair Flying. They ignore the Terra types, by the way. Dark Steel, Rock Poison, Grass Ground, Fire Flying, Normal, Ice, Bug, Electric. Oh shit. We forgot a water type. Terra Water, Glaceon, I guess is a water type. Oh, nope. I refuse to let that happen. So, round 11. Boom. We got your Shifu Rapid Strike. Now, your Shifu Rapid Strike has always been a good mod in Gen A. Slightly inferior to your Shifu Single Strike, but it's in draft. Your Shifu Single Strike is banned. It wasn't here and it went undrafted because of the 3 point or like 3 mod high tier system, which is kind of funny to see, but your Shifu Rapid Strike fit better in my team anyway. Got a few new tools this gen, Trailblaze and Stored Stance, and you know how broken that is. It gets protected paths, so I don't need to worry about the potential Rocky Helmets coming my way with searching strikes. Gets pivot with U-turn, close combat, bulk up. I don't also have fighting type in my team, so it gives me that fighting breaker too if I choose to. I also get priority in Aqua Jet. I can run choice band, choice scarf, punching glove, life orb. A lot of cool sets. And it just I love ending drafts with like a really good mod. Well, I guess two really good mods, but nevertheless, it just like looks nice. I know you can't see it here, but it's fun. I like your Shifu Rapid Strike a lot. I used it Gen 8 ladder too when your Shifu Single Strike was a little too OP. I was like, let me be different. Let me pick Rapid Strike. It's probably cooler anyway because you can hit 3 crits at 1. And I loved it, so this is my first time using it in draft. And it fills out that final speed tier, I believe 97, between it and Glamora. I mean, between Enamorous and Glamora. So it worked out perfectly at the end. Alright, guys, that is the draft. As you could, let me just repeat, we got Dragapult, Enamorous, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Terra Gambit, Glamora, Terra, Terra Torterra, Talonflame, Tauros, Terra Glaceon, Volbeat, and Electro. I really saw team excellent speed tiers. Terra Gambit is probably like the second best Terra Cap or in the league, because most other of these high tier mods got Terra banned, except for Annihilate for some reason, but that got taken round 1. So I'm still really happy who managed to get Terra Gambit. Torterra is really nice. Again, Shell Smash is always fun. But these two and my boy Volbeat are definitely my favorite mods, top 3 mods. And are that I get to try this draft, and of course, first time using Paul. It's gonna be exciting. We, the Garden State, our Believe Us, are gonna do our best. And thank you for watching this video. Once again, please check out all of these wonderful people right here. I'll put the links to the channels in the description. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace, everyone. Goodbye.